You're currently standing in the world of The Witcher 3, a modern role-playing game set in the heart of war within medieval Poland. In front of you is Geralt, the main character of the game and the avatar for which the gameplay experience comes to life. Through this, gamers can experience situations that take them away from real life, but also ones that leave a lasting impression. This potential for lived experience is what draws so many people to gaming. In this film, I explore these experiences and the reasons that they are so impactful to gamers, focusing on the challenge, personal attachment and friendships that are created within it, starting with the question, what makes a gamer?
You enjoy a challenge, you enjoy the escapism of video gaming. That's a large draw for me in any case. The ability to sort of lose yourself for a bit and, enjoy the fun of video games, as it were.
So what makes them so fun?
It's the escapism of it all. Like, you are absorbed into this world that you have immersed yourself in for whatever means. Even if it's like a simple video game on a screen, I mean, you are always part of a challenge. But it's always, you're always learning something from the video game. That's, I think, one of the main appeals to it. You're adapting and you're changing how you play based on what the game throws at you. And I think that's why it's fun. You are challenged, and the way you are challenged makes you better yourself in some small way. Be it, like even if it's like a mechanic, you get a little bit better. You've changed, you've adapted, you've learned something in a game. You are always adapting and changing, and I think that's part of the human instinct, nature, whatever you want to call it. People enjoy that. People, otherwise, why would people play video games? Evidently, there's something there, and it's fun. It's this challenge that it's difficult, but that's why we do it. It's hard, but we enjoy it. That's the fun. It's part and parcel of video games. You are experiencing some difficulty in overcoming it.
The challenge and difficulty of a game is a powerful one, as it encourages the gamer to become an active part of the experience, through which they can create their own narrative based on their gameplay and experiences, none of which is more prominent than during a boss battle.
Bosses are terrifying because if you die, you drop all your stuff. You don't drop your armor. Fair enough, you can go back and try again. But if you die again, that's it. You're gone. You've wiped out all your money. Because of that, everything, you're always concentrating. You're always in the moment. You're always terrified of getting hit. If I get hit, I am in a panic mode, and I have to jump out of the battle and heal and try and get back in and wait for you're analysing the attack patterns of the boss and going, okay, he's doing this, he's swinging now, he's smashing on the floor now, he's trying to grab me. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, you die. And if you die, you take everything you've learned and go back in and try again. And you keep doing this until you've learned enough to be able to beat this boss.
Why the challenge of games is a primary reason as to why gamers play them. An equally important reason is the personal experiences they are left with after they've played the game. These experiences can take many forms and can come from any kind of video game, no matter its topic or theme, and have the potential to leave video gamers with experiences that they did not expect and lessons that they have learned and kept throughout their lives. So what sticks with you about video games?
With video games, it's the lessons they teach me. It's every level and stage I go through. It encapsulates me, and it just that kind of step by step. I'm getting better at this. So I've learned something new. It's good problem solving essentially. So the lessons it teaches me for sure are the most important bit of the game.
What is the witness?
Okay, the witness is essentially you are on an island and you have to solve various puzzles. And as much as to some people that sounds quite mundane or just repetitive, and in a way, yes, I can agree with them because in a way, it is. It's a way of shutting myself off because I'm not thinking about, say, work or university or anything else. I'm thinking of this one problem. It just shuts everything out. And one thing that's wonderful about this game is not only is it little bits of scenery, but it's I can take this game and I'm still learning, but I'm not. It's in such a subliminal way, and it just sticks with me because it's just very easygoing. I don't feel as much pressure, but I still get all the problem solving aspects from it.
Because video games are so interactive, The experience that a gamer takes away from a video game is entirely personalised to them. Because that experience is entirely based on how they've chosen to interact with the video game, the choices they've made and the paths they've taken. It's entirely up to them what their experience is. And that's what makes it so powerful. That's why any experience from a video game has the potential to become one that you remember through your life. Here's an experience that particularly resonated with Niku.
The apple puzzle. Right, so you're going through the game, everything's fine, you've worked out some puzzles, and you have to look at the tree and it reflects the puzzle square you have to work out on. And you have to choose one of several branches, but you can't work out which branch it is until you see the apple on the actual living tree. And then until you make that connection, it's just mindless guesswork. You have no idea what you're doing. Until you get the apple, you solve it in half the time.
So why do those experiences stick with you?
Because they come, because I've played games for so long, my earliest memories are of me playing video games. They stick with me because they just appear. So say I'm filling the dishwasher and then I have a panic like I can't get all the dishes in, and suddenly Tetris comes to mind. And I'm like, wait, I can do this because I've seen this puzzle before and I'll just learn to do it. Or if it's a way of thinking, like something logistical or strategic, or even like in The Witness where you have to like really think about each puzzle and how you're going to solve it, it is no different than life in a way. You come across stops and barriers where you're just thinking, right, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to overcome this? Or do I need to take a step back, move on to a different level and come back to this one later? It's the same, it's just a bit more free roam, real life essentially.
Of course, gaming experiences can often be singular, with a single gamer experiencing their own unique encounter or experience while playing a game. But they can also be compelling social activities and used as a way to bring people together and bridge the gap between people socially. They create unique moments that can be shared among groups, whether that's while playing online or playing with friends in the same room. They can be a useful conduit to create an understanding between people and encourage them to interact with each other. What's it like when you play video games with friends?
It's really fun because if you haven't hung out in a while, it's just a good way to rekindle a friendship, if that makes sense. Especially if it creates a challenge between you and your friend. It's very rivalry creating, but it's a good sense of rivalry. So in Mario Kart, say if you're in first place and then your friend uses a blue shell and you're just it's so much anger, but it's so much you can't help but laughing. You're well, I hate you, but it's banter, if that makes sense.
So create a lot of bonding experiences.
Yeah, it's really good to bond with your friends and stuff because you can look back on memories and be oh, do you remember when we played that game together? Or even if you're not playing a multiplayer game, say if when we played Breath of the Wild, say if you just play a game together and you experience it, you can be oh, do you remember when we got to spit in the game and it takes you back to it and you're oh, that was a really good time, and just makes you feel closer to the person. Games have a very big effect on my life. So to experience something such as say it's a very story-driven game, and experience it with someone, it makes me feel happy that I can share that emotion with them, and it makes me feel closer because we've shared such a good experience together. Plus, say if you are playing a game an online game together, a MOBA or an RPG, it makes you feel you have a stronger bond with them because you're relying on them to work together with you to get to the goal, kind of thing.
So they become a team?
Yeah, you become a team. Especially in League, if you don't work as a team, you're going to fail. So teamwork is essential, and the fact you're able to play these games with your friends and you become a team together, it makes you all feel very close, and it creates a cohort of each other, kind of thing. Okay, so we've got you're the support, Lana. We've got Tank Mark.
Yep.
I'm ADC, and I guess you're gonna go AP, right? Brie?
I will for as long as it works.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Can you do a double balance, AP AD?
Yeah, I'll go
okay,
hybrid.
Cool. That'll work really well, to be honest.
I'm going to stay back.
What do you think's the benefit of those bonding experiences?
I think it's a fun way to get closer to people because it kind of breaks down barriers and stuff. In a game, you're not focusing on getting to know the person, or it won't be awkward because you're playing the game, you're focusing on the game. but you kind of learn more about each other when playing the game. So like, you learn like people's play styles. You'll learn how like some people like certain characters, or say if like they like the art style, and you'll be like, oh cool, I didn't know they're into that kind of thing. And like, say if you like a game, and someone else likes the same game as you can share experiences together, which makes you closer to that person. Because you're like, oh, they like the same things that I do, so it's pretty cool. You share like a common interest, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Ultimately, gaming provides a huge range of experiences that speak to people on different levels. They exist as more than just their gameplay and more than just their visual design. They provide real connections to the people that play them. They are a conduit through which people can achieve satisfaction of completing a challenge. They provide an experience that can stay with them, that they can learn from. And they offer a way to connect with other people in a fun and engaging way. In this way, video games are an important medium through which experiences can be conveyed, and are much, much more than simple games.